We're going to Jim Patterson's place. We have a Calvary behind us. They wanted to see Jim's truck. Jim was talking about selling it. So we just passed the word along, and here we are. We're going to go to Jim's place. We're going to go in, and Doug's back there, him and his friends, Jeff, the wood guy. We're going to go in, take a look around, and maybe one of the guys may buy Jim's truck. Who knows? We're just going to get here and take a look. I'm sure they'll have fun looking at all the stuff just like I do every time I'm here. Doug even bought some cat food for Jim. What a thoughtful man. Doug's a good animal person, and that was just a good thought, you know. But here we are, we're at Jim's place. We bought a Studebaker from Jim. It sat right there for a little while, and we fixed it up the very first build called Royal Respect. But we always come back to talk to Jim. Jim's a good friend of ours, and here we go. Skidoo, man, them things are cool. He got some nice skidoos in there. I've never seen him have them down before. He said he went for a little ride. I go up and knock on his door.
Yeah.
There he is there, look. You're gonna get sworn, man.
I adjusted that Ferrari. Somebody took the motor up once.
What are you playing that for? I thought it ran better.
Oh, cat food. Wow.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Just made a friend, man.
The cats will love you. Me too.
I thought it might be breakfast or lunch, but
Anyway, they took the motor up rather than mess with the gas tank. They took the mini grinder and cut the shifter shaft off. And when they welded it back together, they pushed the rod ahead, give them 1/8 of an inch so they could weld it properly, and then never adjusted it, so the shifter didn't fit right. Anyway, I readjusted it, but I got it wrong, and I had to jack it up, take the floor back down, go in there and loosen it off, and I got it right now. But now I gotta tighten the turnbuckle.
All right.
And
we got a bunch of people. Is you gonna let 'em in?
Yeah.
Come on in.
hey Jim, I feel like I know you already.
Jeez.
You know me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they want to look at your truck. We're trying to sell that thing for you.
Actually, this is kind of the easiest way to walk. That way it's all slanted and stuff. It's hard to walk on that slant.
Yeah.
But anyway, come this way.
This is what I want to look at.
The Monday. I love these skidoos, man. I beat more of these things up and down the path. Beautiful. Got some room here now. Get these skidoos down.
It's I detailed it.
Crazy, eh?
fussy.
It's a Ferrari. Yeah, you'd never expect it, would you? Eh? You know what? I think we had this rug in our house when I was a kid.
And also these Hudsons. Oh, you're still hitting the door. Yeah. But anyway, these Hudsons, when you open the door, the handle has to go down all the way
Okay.
before you let the door pop open. Because quite often people have the habit of only pulling it down 3/4 the way and then pulling on it. And the handles were $300 a piece and obsolete everywhere in the world. And I had about 8 of them, all broken from people pulling on them, and they're white metal, and they break the tabs off underneath the chrome.
What engine's in it?
Original.
So is that like
the
a
Dipper.
308?
No, it's it's been a while. 212.
I'm wondering, I got a 30 Hudson coupe, rumble seat coupe Hudson. That's a straight engine. I wonder if it continued through with the same engine.
Technically, but I think it's a little
What
bigger.
kind of shape is it in, Doug?
Very nice shape.
Yeah, a little bit bigger, I think. I think it's a 212 because the Studebaker's a 226,
Yeah.
and I believe it's a 212.
So is she drivable?
Oh yeah, except for no battery.
What's it need to license it?
Nothing. I drove it for 2 summers, couple thousand miles. No, it's kind of restored. A lot of the motor is new. It should have been bored, but I didn't. I honed it out and I bought a new set of pistons.
Who did it? Yourself?
Oh yeah, yeah. Back and forth, over and over and over and over. And I have it, it's a dipper motor, which means the upper oil pan gets dirty. So I have it set up so that you take the oil pan off to change the oil. And both oil pans go down, that
So
gives
it's
you a chance.
just got the little scoops that
Yeah.
splash it
So
up.
you take the oil pans down, that way it gives you a good chance to clean it up. Plus, that's when I adjust the valves. Because so you can see the crank going around, so you know where the pistons are, so it makes it a brainless thing. And
Jim, bring it up for you.
we have to push the truck back a couple feet in order to open the hood.
Okay. Would you mind doing that?
Yeah. That tire is up against that other tire there.
We can close that?
That one tire has to be moved.
This back one here?
Yeah, just so we push back. And it might push it, make sure there's no blocks underneath the tires.
Nothing here.
No, this other tire, we got, hold on, gentlemen. Oh, there's another tire that's gonna fetch up against the,
There. Oh, we're not moving back too far.
You want to drive your Ferrari, Jim?
If the thing will let me.
Oh, it will.
You're probably far enough back to
Okay.
open that door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. You gotta check the wheel. Just a sec here. Let her go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's working.
Yeah, but that one.
That truck outside the door stands the old $12,000. I rebuilt the motor. That's a 40, but see, the way it works is if you buy something out west, then you hire a truck driver to bring it here. It's $10,000, and this was delivered the same day I bought it. So, yeah, it.
I was thinking the same thing.
I gotta see this now.
But anyway, by.
Do you have the hubcaps for it, Jim?
No, I don't have anything to do with the original wheels. It came with no wheels.
Okay.
So I made my own wheels. Those are utility trailer wheels.
That's very clean.
With the holes filled in and then smoothed up and painted so they have a solid look.
Yeah.
But it has a new water pump, which doesn't work any better than the 2 or 3 wore-out water pumps I have. You've got to grease it every 200 or 300 miles, or antifreeze comes out the seal.
Is that a new tank on the top?
No, it's
Like
all.
it?
I had
just
quite a
balls.
bit of time with that. I had leaks that I took it all apart and fixed the leaks. And then I had a mouse nest stuck inside that broke loose after 1,000 miles and overheated the motor. And I had to take the motor apart, put new pistons in it, clean the head, washed it all out, put it back together. It seems to work.
Beautiful. Look how nice it was inside. Wow.
But anyway, the detail was astronomical, putting one of these things together. Like, they went overkill on detail, almost as bad as Ferrari does. Like, didn't need to be so complicated, but that's how they made it.
How much body work do you have to do on it?
Unbelievable amount. This truck was a total wreck.
Yeah.
If you have it up on the hoist and you look underneath, you will see welds, and you will see welds going in every direction, and where I've hammered and dollied every square inch of this truck. This truck has about a year or 2 of hammering on it. To make it
You
look
won't
like
find
something.
much
in this
more
pack?
honesty than that, will you?
No, just a thin layer of body fill, smoothed off, and then blocked it with primer. But every single spot on this truck was totally destroyed beyond recognition. And I hammered and homemade the entire thing by hand. Like the fenders were totally wrapped. You could not hurt the fenders worse than they were. Like this, the truck was totally destroyed. It was pulled out of a swamp in Ontario with a tractor driver, and the frame broke and drove the box up through the cab and pinned this seat against the steering wheel. That's how hard it was crushed. And I straightened it all out and got the doors to fit and hammered and dollied. And I spent 2 or 3 years just hammering and straightening and fitting, and then another
Jim.
2 or 3 years doing the body work.
Jim, you did a fantastic job.
But the detail underneath is very impressive. Underneath this, I welded the frame homemade from here back. I capped it with 8-inch steel on all sides, arc welded it, then reinforced, like.
Is it okay to sit in?
Oh, yes, yes. Feel free. But the truck is not one of those, what's that auction down in the States there, the
Whatever one you want. Beacon,
Well,
Barrett
the-
Jackson.
Yeah, but, well, it's not really, it should not really go there. This truck did come from total trash. And I straightened and welded.
Jim, are you
and
trying to
straightened and
sell
welded.
this thing?
Well, I'm honest to the point where if I can't be honest, you don't want this truck.
Well, how you like that?
You know what I mean? Like simple and sweet. Like it's kind of how it is.
$12,000?
Sold. Sold? Sold. Okay.
Look at that now, would ya?
It's worth it.
Well done,
I'd
Doug.
figure it's worth 24,000 before COVID-19. The market's dead, and I'm running out of money. And
he doesn't
I'm
show up with the
I'm
money,
no
I'll
good.
take it.
I'm no good at wheeling.
Did you
and
hear that?
dealing.
Did you hear that? If he doesn't take it, he will.
If I can get you 14 for it, can I have? Get the fuck out of here.
Already, it's already shook my head.
didn't have to swear.
But the truck,
Doug didn't.
I had an awful time getting the doors to fit. Like that was.
Well, they fit now.
Yeah, they're
No,
doing
that was the
Done a
hard part.
beautiful job. I
But there's
appreciate
no
it.
shortcuts underneath. Everything,
I can
all
see
new flex lines, new brake lines, all new brakes except for the hubs. But the hubs were so good that if you adjust the brakes up, so the hubs scrape just right, the pedal is too hard. You have to kind of run it a little bit looser, else you lose your pedal. Unless you go in underneath the floor and readjust the pedal.
Jesus, buy the box boards look better underneath than
You
they
done
do.
fine, Jim. I really enjoyed that.
I had troubles with the
That's awesome.
strips, so I
That's awesome.
homemade my own strips, and
awesome.
as you can see, it caused me a lot of work. Like I put little brass bolts in between every strip because the strips I put in, the sunlight hit them, they all bowed. So I reinforced them with more strips, and then I put little down through. But I couldn't get the original strips, and I like the original strips are like Dodge and International. They're wide with a big bolt with narrow beads, and you can't buy them. So I made my own strips because I wanted the big bolts. But it could use another paint job. It's funny because the truck, it was kind of surfacey rust, and I cleaned it up the best I could and primed and smoothed it up. But the rust up around the chrome, I cleaned up and it all came back. But the rust everywhere else is behaving itself. But around the chrome, it came right back. But the truck could use a scuff down and a little bit better paint
buff it
job.
off. I don't even know if I buff it off, to be honest.
Actually, I like the used look myself. You know that, and also I hollowed at least 10 cords of wood on the back, and that's I babied the wood a little bit,
Like this. You
but
know,
I did scratch it up a little bit.
What did the front bumper look like, Jim, before you painted it?
Yeah.
I got a couple
Anyway,
blades.
I had an awful time in the tune-up department. Someone that is a little more knowledgeable than myself might make it last a little longer on tune-ups. Beautiful tune-up, the thing would just run beautiful. A tank of gas later, you're right underneath the hood working on it again. And I was told by a couple knowledgeable people that that's how they were when they were brand new. So I
Sounds like the truck for Doug.
now the Studebakers, you can run them all day long on 2 cylinders. They'll just keep going, but not this Hudson. If it's not right just dead on, it's like the Ferrari. It's fussy, fussy, fussy. But it'll cruise at 55 miles an hour. I got a car rear end in it. It doesn't have the original rear end. It's got a car 8-cylinder, 11-inch hub. Like it's a big rear end, but it's the 8-cylinder car rear end, so it's a little bit higher sped, which makes it kind of good. Because these things I guess the trucks were really low sped, and this one isn't. And also, I got the original extra springs to bring it up to the 3/4 ton, which makes it sit up like an old track, like way up in the air. I got the extra springs, but I took some of them out to drop it down because it was way too high and hard, because it's a 3/4 ton, right?
No, that's beautiful.
And I also got the original springs for the front because I put springs in it and I cut them off a leaf to drop it. So I got the original springs to bring it back up to original height if somebody wants to, but and I would have done new chrome if I had more money, but I ran.
Is there any other parts that go with it?
Yes, yeah. I have a brand new state for the starter.
Yeah.
Still in the box, which I didn't need to put in.
Yeah.
And there's a spare motor and a handful of all the chrome.
Does that go with it?
Oh yeah, I don't want it. And and a complete motor that's a little better part. That was actually a better motor than the motor that I put together.
Perfect.
That's where, like, this had a lot of truck use. I think it used to be a farm market truck from Ontario. And the cylinders were worn uneven, which meant it was torqued. You know what I mean? And the motor that I have over in my pile is not worn uneven. It has a little bit of a ridge, but it's not worn uneven. But this motor has the same serial number as the truck.
Has it got the cork clutch in it?
Yes, and that's new,
Yeah.
and it works good. I run automatic transmission oil in it, and every once a year you drain it and put new oil in. But the clutch and everything, there's really the truck kind of speaks for itself.
No, it's a nice job. Very nice job.
But it's actually worth more. But as I said, what do you do? Know what I mean? Like I either have to work, I have to go to work, or I need a little bit of money so I don't have to work at minimum dollars an hour, 10 hours a day.
The Studebaker hubcaps, what are they off of?
A previous collection of cars.
So those are 60 Stud?
Yeah. I had more, but when I had a Hawk and I sold it.
Did you?
It's in South Greenwood on the map. I think the guy might have put it was there, but I sold it to his transmission.
Was it a Hawk or a silver or a gold?
No, it's just a Hawk. 60 one. But so and he let it just rock. Kind of irritating, but that's. But
Yeah, there was a white Hawk on in Bedford a couple of summers ago. It was a white one, a 289 4-speed.
yep. Well, mine was a 289 3-speed with an overdrive.
Well, maybe it was the same.
But the 4-speed,
yeah.
4-speed would be less maintenance because the automatic part caused a little, like you had to spend a lot of money to keep it on. I bought all new parts for this, which I'm anxious to start putting it together, put the thing back together. It's straight. I don't really care about those things, but I do want the motor back together.
So this is 50s?
This is a 39. Oh, it's that? Yeah, so the front end's over there. Yeah, that's the front.
At least there's other clips in there.
Yeah. Cool. And there's the motor.
Proud owner, Doug. Proud owner. That's cool. You know something? As I was looking at it, I was thinking, geez, some nice, but it's hard to set on that when we have other things. We have priority. Priorities make you stay in a straight line.
If you don't drive.
I like this one over here, the Studebaker. I like seeing the Skidoos actually. I love these things. I'm going to own a couple before we're done, maybe. We're going to own a couple. We're going to put them in the dooryard like I used to. Just meet, you know what I mean? And when yours break down, you can hop on with me, and when I break down, you can hop on. I'll hop on with you.
Well, that would be what, a 50s?
60s, maybe it might be 50s. I'm not sure. 60s. It's got the pointier nose on it. But he has a couple of nice ones upstairs, like this Restore.
Oh, yeah.
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 You see Jim's face when you get that cat food? It was just like, that was good, eh? And you know what I mean? Like, it all works out. It worked out. That's good. I think Doug's excited about the truck. Lots of cool stuff here. See this here, like the Oldsmobile engine. Well, Jim rolls this stuff out of here all the time, eh? He does. He'll move that, he'll push that, and he'll roll the door, and then he'll push another one, the other one will roll out, and the way it goes. Nice Oldsmobile rocket engine. He's gonna put that in the Oldsmobile back there. He's got a Z900 back there. It's a gray one. 74, I think it is. The Studebaker with a brand new engine in it.
What's that like?
I think that's a
Some of everything?
Yeah, he was making it into something. He decided to Studebaker bullet
Anyway,
holes.
I did all kinds of experimenting.
So I didn't get into a bit of
No, he mentioned the truck first this morning. I would have brought it as soon as I saw him, but he mentioned it, so until he says something, I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
anything.
Jim Salonis doing it.
Doug.
Yeah, Doug. That's good.
If he doesn't want it, I'll take it in the flash.
Cool. And it'd be a good truck to even put like something on the door of it, you know, just to run around
Oh,
that
yeah.
and sand it off, you know, half. I'm not big on the wheel section he's got on it, but that can
No.
that's nothing.
No.
Yeah, wheels are wheels, right? That's taste. Oh
Yeah, it's either take it original or maybe put it down lower.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I'm happy for him. You see the interior on the Ferrari? Beautiful. You can even smell it. It smells beautiful. Beautiful. I like the seats in it.
So I modified the frame.
Oh, wow.
Very quintessential ladies.
So you put the thing up in, you spin it, and down goes the tire, and up, and very user.
The whole, the buttresses on the convertible top.
Yeah.
No?
And those are wide tires. So if you ran the original tire, you wouldn't even be able to see it, because it would be up there 2 more inches.
You could run into it.
Tiny little rear seats.
I have the back bump, I made it, the frame is modified the back for.
Smell it.
back bumper, which I took off.
Oh, wow. The smell of it.
Yeah, it smells good, don't it? Can you imagine seeing Tom Selleck driving this thing this summer? Huh? Top down, yeah? He's gonna have to get that leather hat of his glued on. He'll be going.
No, actually, you know what, like with these newer cars, the aerodynamics,
I didn't take,
actually his hair
when I
doesn't
put
even
it on,
off.
I didn't
I
take
don't-
the whole
On my dad's car, man.
I don't know shit then. I don't own cars like
But
this.
after a
Hair
while,
on my head
so I took it off, and then I
beats
stole
my
the
forehead
Studebaker.
Bleeding.
Well, there you go.
Because I believe the Studebaker and the Hudson have the same tail light. But that was a Studebaker tail light, but it fits in there nice, so I kind of donated it to this.
Just put all the spare parts in the bed.
Yeah. But the wood's in good shape. The wood is old spruce boards out of my house.
Okay.
And the edge boards had nails on the edge. They never put any nails in the middle, the old guys. They just nailed along the edge. So I just ran it through the tape saw, cut the nail holes off, and then through the planer. And it's spruce, and it has motor oil on it. But just straight motor oil for its weather protection.
I'll take those out and put open.
Good luck.
Right.
Oh, you 200 and something little bolts and nuts to take off to get at it.
Cool.
But anyway, that's that.
Good show.
And I put all new glass, all new rubbers. Like and it was like $1,000 for the interior kit, which was a couple things, including the headliner, which came from a Hudson place in the States, and then I had Speedy Auto Glass did all the interior. And the seat, he did make a little bit of a mistake when he did the seat cover. He should have laid an underlay underneath the cover to toughen it up, because the material I chose was a little too soft. And when you sit on it, it sinks in the seat, and it's a little too much strain for it. It should have had like a piece of carpet put underneath to toughen it up so that it wouldn't have gone down in and sunk and stretched the material. But and also the bolts to hold the fender on are stainless steel, because I had trouble with paint sticking to the bolts, but the heads are half thickness from original, so I put the stainless steel bolts, put them in a drill, and up against the grill press or the grinder, I ground the heads off and then polished them, and all the heads on them are extra thin on the inside in the box. In the box. See the bolts? How,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, see how skinny the heads are?
Yep, I do.
Oh no, on the box, on the side, on the
Oh,
plate.
over
Yeah, bolts on the fender. The bolts that bolt the fender on. Look how skinny the heads are. That's original, but I use stainless steel because I made steel ones first, but the paint wouldn't stick to them, so I took them off. And then I ground it, stainless steel, ruined my drill. You know, but I spun the drill into the grinder and just ground the heads down, and then polished them up and put them all in.
Where's your Model A? Or
Oh, I sold it.
did ya?
Mike Lutz.
Good
I
man.
sold it to him a year ago.
Okay.
That kept me from working last year. But I'm in the poorhouse. I got too many things. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
you're not at the poorhouse any longer.
but no, yeah, no,
Right,
it's
next
good.
week.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make a plan to get it and all that
Yes.
stuff?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
But you can drive it home. It'll start right up.
Do you mind if
I don't have batteries.
Do you mind if he goes up and takes a look around your building?
Oh, go ahead.
No problem.
You see the bumper up there.
Sure.
It's watch out for the windshield. There's a brand new $800 Oldsmobile windshield.
Say
up
if you
there.
step on it, you
Don't-
buy it.
You break it, you buy it.
Well, you buy the whole car because
What's it for?
nose wheel.
No. Oh, is it?
Yeah, the windshield for that.
Lots of room.
Got any parts for real old cars left?
Yeah, in big boxes. There's a old fuel pumps. There's a box of homemade fuel pumps. Like Robin T stuff. Actually, there's probably no Ford. I think there's Ford's been all through. But there's everything else.
Good, I'm looking for oddball stuff.
Okay, over on that side.
Small wheel. You got any, have you got anything 69, 70, tubular Mustang? Who's that? Who's he at? I need a door lock mechanism. Where'd that come from?
Hold it up so it won't get bent. And that's original.
Yeah. How do you restore a truck and not get paint burn up? You got chain against paint.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's like the old Model A's. When you go to close the hood, chances are you're going to put at least 20 chips in it.
Oh, yeah.
Just by opening and closing the hood. Almost impossible to be around them without wear and tear.
She's a good looking truck. We just couldn't look after it, could we, baby?
Well, it's like I told you, if you're going to buy to sell and pay taxes and the wheel and deal, and then if you have to ship it, oh my, it's a gamble. Like these guys that sell things on auctions on TV, sometimes they lose everything, sometimes they don't. But I'm not a wheeler dealer kind of person. Like
Maybe we can get you a show, Wheeler Dealer Jim.
yeah. Anyway, I had this thing running yesterday. It won't start when it's hot. Something's just not quite right. It will not start when it's hot, but no gas is dripping in the oil. So my fuel distributor is working, but something's not quite just right. These are temperamental cars. They have to be just dead on or they won't run. But anyway, I have to tighten up my shifter slip joint thing there a little bit tighter and make sure I get that shifter just right, and then I can put the floor back in and drop her back
This is a
down.
good little area to work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, great little area to work. Yeah.
But anyway, while you're here, I'm gonna open up the hood and show you my headlight action.
Headlight action. You're gonna get a little headlight action. Little headlight action.
Yeah. I gotta put the battery up.
That's what you're supposed to, when you get in the grades, you're supposed to just stand still. Don't move anywhere, then they walk around you. Right, Jim? That's what I always say, just stand still and walk
yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
start
what-
walking around, then you get in the way.
So Jim, that takes a 6-volt battery, I think,
Yes,
does it? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Normal, every day, fits right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do that again.
Jesus.
And the stereo works too.
Yeah.
But I got it wired up so the thing has to be ignition on for the stereo to work. I don't have it hooked up to auxiliary.
You're gonna have to get some lights, eh? Get some lights.
Yeah, and blinkers in these holes here.
Yeah.
But I, just for whatever it's worth, I don't leave the battery hooked up. But it doesn't seem to have a problem.
From what
The
I
paint
understand,
is still so soft you can't close the hood without a cloth or you scratch it.
as I say, the Alan Gosling, is that his name?
Yes.
I think he said this car got smucked up right from hit down from this place, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, it was right up, the whole front end was pushed underneath the hood here, right up into the drivetrain part of the frame.
Yeah,
You know, I straightened it all out.
He heard the crash, it was just within a house or two of his,
Oh.
and he went up and he found a piece of a lens, that's how he knew it was a Ferrari.
He's got your blinkers.
Oh, I got the remains. Yeah, the remains. And these are homemade, like I got them at Harold Reeves and ground a little bit and put them in. They were like $40 a piece, American. And they're extra small. Anyway, I made my own. But, you know,
You would never know. Made yourself $40. By getting them
40, 80 plus shipping because that's American.
Okay,
So it
so
would have been like $150
$200
just for those two little things. So I went there and got a handful of them. Then I figured out, I found the ones that would fit the best and made them work. You know, like, I don't like the windshield wipers going up over the windshield too much without the rain, so I haven't even tested to see if they work. And I'm scared. Oh my Lord, I did a stupid thing. When I was hooking up the windshield wipers, to save the windshield, I put them up like this. And then I was learning the knob. Oh, there they go, they're on pulse. Then I turned it and they were on medium speed. And then I turned it on wide open speed, and they were going like that, back and forth, back and forth. Then I turned them down to medium speed, then back to pulse, then off. Then I got thinking, why didn't they just go like this
Fly off.
and catch into each other, boing, and then go down, smash it, and take out the windshield? Know what I mean? But they were flipping back and forth like a million miles an hour, and they didn't come down and like a whoop. Crash right through the windshield, and they didn't do that. So anyway, I learned from that. Oh my God, I better not sleep tonight. You know, like. But anyway, the windshield didn't get broken because of my stupidity. Yet, anyway. But the car needs hot Arizona sunlight on the paint job for a year so that I can buff it up maybe. But right now, if you touch it, it scratches. It's so cold in here, the paint's not really drying. Because I painted it towards the end of November, and it's never been over 50 degrees. And this paint needs like it needs an oven. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, you found some stuff.
We got bits and pieces.
Yeah. Good. Oh, there's quite a bit of that kind of stuff up there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you open to selling that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. You're the one that gave me the cat food, aren't you?
No.
Oh, yeah, no, I am, yeah. You got one there.
You don't know who you love, does he? He don't know who he loves, does he?
The first one we picked up.
Short memory.
Yeah.
It says what it has on it. And
Oh.
it's got 32 to 36 Auburn, and I got a 36 Auburn.
Oh, cool. Well, even if you don't open it.
No, I wouldn't open it,
No,
I don't
oh,
need
yeah,
it,
no.
but, you know, it's a shelf sitter.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
What is it, Jeff?
It's a hydraulic cylinder repair kit,
Okay.
but it's for the Auburn.
Yeah, great.
And,
Sometimes the prices even on them like $1.99.
Yeah.
Or no, they never went $1.99. It'd be $2. Know what I mean? Like they didn't shortchange it like that.
and I'm restoring the Cougar,
Yeah,
the Cobra Jet one.
yeah.
Well, it's got an original Rotunda oil filter,
Wow.
which, you know, is Ford Racing
Yep.
60s,
Yep.
and it's a new oil filter for it.
Good show.
Cool.
Well, you didn't go away empty-handed anyway.
Yep. All we gotta do is make a deal.
Would you rather having a Hudson pickup?
Which guy would rather having a
Pickup,
Oh,
but,
No.
you know, a couple of breaks.
Yeah.
so
At least
Yeah.
you can take it home today.
Yeah. And there's a Magneto up there. Where's that from? Yeah.
You mean the really old Magneto?
There's a big one, and then there's the depth of a small one.
Well, there's a Magneto up there that was before they made alternators. Like
Yeah.
it's heavy, like 100 pounds. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
On a base.
there was more, but that's the only one I managed to save.
Yeah.
But no, it's not doing anything here. But
Okay.
it
Well,
would look good on all.
You finish what you're talking about,
People-
then we'll talk about stuff up there.
No, I'm good. Doug bought the truck.
Yeah.
You don't know who gave him the cat food? He does now.
He did.
But I should have turned the stereo on while you were here too.
We're not allowed music.
Oh, okay. No.
But anyways,
Yeah, I
we'll
got
make a deal
ZZ
and we'll
Top's
slide
in it
along.
right now.
You have to figure out what you want for your stuff there, Jim.
Yeah.
And then we'll leave you be.
Your hospitality is good enough. You can just take it.
What'd he say?
He said take it.
You don't want to sell it, Jim?
Yes, gotta charge him something.
No, I go and you just take it.
Okay.
All right. Well,
5 cans of
well,
cat
tell me
food.
the Magneto then.
Okay. Find somebody with lots of muscles to carry it down for you.
Yeah.
It's heavy, isn't it?
No, it is. I picked it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get this stuff and then we'll come get the Magneto.
Oh, I gotta push the Studebaker outside again, and then pull back in with come-alongs after again. It'll be like the 10th time. But anyway, the Studebaker comes out, this moves, I lift the steps up with come-alongs, and then we put a battery in, start it up and drive it out. I put gas preservative in the gas a couple years ago, and I checked it just last week. I took it off, smelled it, it smells fresh. You know, there's a little bit of gas.
When would you like to do this?
Anytime. Don't do it too much when it's rainy because the Studebaker has engine parts on the back, which I don't really want to get wet.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll be outdoors for a day before I get it back in.
Yeah.
But no,
Well, you let me know when you're ready. I'm in no panic, but,
you gotta, yeah, no,
When you come up next
And
week and bring
any-
your car up, we'll come up and take a look around.
in the next couple days, I'll clear out some junk
Okay.
and get a hold of you to find, like, I don't wanna push the Studebaker out until the day.
No. Well,
Yeah.
I can come, I'm retired, I can come down anytime.
Yeah, I'm kinda the same. I'm the same. You're probably got more, well, you probably, obviously you're smarter and you got more money than I do. I'm retired. I've been retired for 10 years,
know,
but I'm dead.
Back when the Model T4, you had coils.
Car pour, junk pour, yeah.
Okay.
I drove this for like 2 days. We had snow
see
for
the
2 days,
horseshoe
fluffy,
shaft?
deep,
Oh,
and it was when I was doing the interior on the on the Ferrari here. Cramped spots, the doors wouldn't open far enough, too much clothes on. Bent in underneath doing complicated hard tightening and fitting wires and stuff, and my head underneath the dash for a week or two, hooking things back up, and then driving the Skidoo in deep snow, flopping like I was a 10-year-old kid all over the place and getting stuck and digging it out. And then I'd sit down at nighttime by the fire, and when I go, my coffee would be empty, and I went to get up to go get another one, I couldn't move. For like a week straight, could not move. Once I sat down, my whole body just went whoop, just like that. That's it. You're not moving for the hours. Yeah, my whole body was kind of just just totally.
No, it's sitting right here.
What do you want from the Magneto, Jim?
What does everybody think it's worth?
I have no idea.
What do you want?
I know.
Just give him a fair price for it.
$2,000. Say
Yeah.
it's $2,000.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth
Go ahead,
it.
little Roger.
You might have the decimal point in
Make
the
it
wrong spot, but,
3,000.
you know.
We'll get a bidding war going.
What would you use it for?
I don't know.
I would use it just to sit on the shelf, cause it's a
Yeah.
conversation piece.
I,
You know, like people come along and ask.
honest, I am not a businessman. I have no idea how to.
It's
say
worth
a
50
price.
bucks.
It's worth $50.
Yeah.
That's postage title.
What's
It's,
that?
that's worth $50. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Okay.
You wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
All right, it's worth 50 bucks with the vacuum can that goes next to it then,
Vacuum can. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. There's a box of vacuum pumps up there if
Yeah.
anybody needs anything like that.
Well, I do, that's the box I'm talking about, there's a few cans
Yeah.
in there.
Okay.
50
Yep.
bucks,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
sounds good.
Yep.
They're like,
2000 sounded better, but.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Good try, Steve. Good try.
Boy, did you ruin that.
Good try.
The greedy people. There's a mass of greedy people someplace in the world, and they're not really well liked.
they don't live in Nova Scotia.
And
They're,
they
they're
have-
not well liked.
And they've
So
also had everything they've ever owned.
yeah. Yeah.
You have to ask him.
It's a cool place, Jim. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah. It is.
are you wanting to sell that truck out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have
I
a price
don't
on your
know.
brain?
I have what?
Do you have a price in your brain? You want time to think about it?
I want half price. It stands me 12. The Hudson, I sold that for half price. I'll sell that for half price. I actually want 6,000, which is, but the motor is a fairly rebuilt. But it's good for 6,000 pounds on the registration thing. So I think it's a 3/4 or 1 ton.
Jim haul wood with it.
You know what I mean? Like it's got extra stiff suspension, but.
That's not beyond your capability.
No, but Jan could use it for going in town.
But I ended up putting a new plywood ring on it.
It wouldn't take much to put a wooden box in, you know what I mean? Wooden floor in it. It's pretty good shape down around here, right? Not bad. Yeah, that's good. Right, it's got them pieces. Running boards are pretty good. The fenders are cut off in the back. But wow. It is what it is. It's been a good day here. Jim sold his truck. Doug bought him some cat food. That was good, wasn't it? That was priceless. The look on his face, wow. Anyways, it's been a good day. It's been a good video, I think, is it not? Saturday, we finished, me and Jolene did the bicycle last night. We pulled it all in, we pinstriped, we did a bunch of stuff to it. We'll show you next video. Peace out. Have a good one. I'm happy for Jim, and I'm happy for Doug. Cat house. Cat house. Oh, not so busy. It's still running around with the knee pad on. You'll have some thought on that one. I don't think he's posted this one either. I don't think they're asking about anything.
Jan would kill me if I brought that home.
Well, the deep get extra. Let's put more stuff on the side here.
Except for it's got a water pump. The others were gravity fed. But
Okay, well, you,
And it comes with another rear end.
Yeah, well, just put all the bits and pieces in the back of the truck
Okay,
that
yeah.
that are going, and.
Yeah, and anything dirty or stuff, I'll just lay cardboard there.
Sure, yeah.
In case it takes you a while before you venture into the wood. Wood.
Yeah, it's a little better in here. Woo, she's cold outside.
But the Studebakers, the 39 Studebaker, the wrist pins and those things are bigger around than your thumb. And the motor totally wore out. The wrist pins were still tight. And I had some Hudson stuff, and every one of them, the wrist pins were wore. So I bought new pistons just to tighten it up. But anyway, yeah, interesting. Weird, but interesting.
Well, let's go home.
Okay.
We'll see you later, Jim.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So we'll be in touch next week, and
Okay.
you can reach me through Chad
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
I'll bring a
Well,
check down for.
the truck's yours.
And Doug is the one that bring the cat food.
Yeah.
Doug is the animal lover. Doug is the animal
I got
lover.
2 cats. I got 2 Abyssinians.
Yeah, good. Like as I said, the truck is worth more, but the wheelie dealer, like the fight to try to find the right person. Like as I said, I'm not into it. I don't have connections like that.
And that's about the extent of what I can afford. So there we are.
Yeah.